Hi, babes. How you guys doing? I'm sorry, jumped on late, but I'm here. I'm gonna give you guys time to tune in. I hate this chair. It's too small. Had to jump on the live like at least 20 minutes back. It's story time. I look already crazy. I've been running around, mates. I'm not even so prepared for this live, but let's do it. Live. How you guys doing today? You guys read the title for today's story time? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting story time. If you read this title, I'm sure you're so curious about this story. I'm going to be doing some edits here as I wait for you guys to tune in a little bit. Just like 5 to 8 minutes and then we'll get started. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, this story, I mean, it doesn't have trauma in it. I mean, it has trauma for him, but not us who are going to be listening. I tell stories and then we stretch. This is a time you can get to ask me some questions and then I can respond. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask me before we get started. Before we get in the story, you don't want to be traumatized. I don't either. Some stories are traumatizing, that's for sure. Those I'll be bringing. But maybe I'll give you a heads up when you're starting. I'll be like, you need to be prepared because this is going to be traumatizing. This is not going to be traumatizing. It's actually going to be more of a lesson. Ooh. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. Good evening. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love my smile. It's from my mom. My mom gave me this smile, by the way. She has the most beautiful smile, I think. And my dad had the most beautiful smile, too. So I don't know. Mom, dad, maybe both genes. Ooh. And I'm wearing some baggy pants here. I do love them, you guys. Oh, thank you. You know what? Today I've been running around. That's why I look crazy, right? I've been running. I'm just from outside. So, but I decided to say, God loves you too, and I know He loves me. Thanks for tuning in, mates. Who's ready for today's story time? So, story time is at least 3 times a week, but this week we might actually have it only twice. Today and Friday. Maybe we'll have it 3 times on Thursday. Depends how the days go by, but this week I'm going to be super busy and I'm going to also try to post yoga for the girls. So we might do a lot of that and a bit of story time. But today I'm here. So if I'm not around and you miss stories, you can go and check out the playlist and then you can check out the stories that you've missed, the titles that work for you. Really? So we are in the same plate. Because I'm from outside too. I smell like the outside. I don't smell bad though. I also just posted YouTube video that you guys can do after this practice. I have not had time to work out this week and last week. I'm ashamed of myself for that. I really need to start working out. But the truth is, I actually work out with you guys when I stretch with you guys. So that's a workout too, anyway. You cannot pinpoint the accent. I'm actually from Africa. I'm from Uganda. Most of them don't speak like me. That's just my main thing. When I was growing up, that's how I used to talk. People used to bully me for that. Because each time I speak, it's like, "Tss, tss, tss." So they'd be like, okay, you mean it. And I was like, Dad, you could bully me, those kids. They were evil. Yeah, I do. You guys want some milk? You want some milk? You dig it? You dig the accent? Yeah, so I come from Africa, pure African here. So I was making little edits while I'm waiting on you guys, some questions, and then we get right in the episode that you're going to love. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be for the men, but for the women too. But this time it was a man. So, May, don't feel like I'm coming for you, okay? It's just that happened to a man. So I'm going to be talking about man, but at the end of the story, like I always like try to connect it with all of us, with both genders, because we all do the same things actually. Yeah, it's Mel. It's just a little, and I wish I could actually go bring out my jug and just like add more. I need to make some more. I feel like that's really good for bacteria. Tiger milk? I don't know what that is. Wait, tiger milk? Like, where do they even sell that? Ew! What the hell is your problem? Alex, please do it. Please. Yep. Milk, that's a body good. That's for sure. That's for sure, for sure. Give you that booty to jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Let me see. So I was doing a little editing before I actually get into the actual video today, the story time. I'm gonna be bringing you guys so many stories. So subscribe if you haven't, please. And then you can stretch with me. See, you're working from the inside out. I tell stories, you learn from them. You know what's good about them? They're all based on true stories. They're not fantasy. So they're based on true people. Some I know, some I've seen myself, and I've had it from them. And the rest I've had stories, but from the people that I trust can't lie to me. So go away. What is wrong with people with the yoga? You guys, I don't even know what makes you think that the yoga is such a sexy thing to say right now to my videos. Don't make me angry. Don't make me angry. So like stop being so weird, you dudes. What do you want us to do with that information, by the way? Let me see. You better lay low, so you better lay low. Can I make you do what? So respect yourself. See, I'm just like trying to finish something here, and then I start telling you guys the story. You know what, mates? I actually wanted to ask you guys something. I wanted to start. Maybe I'll tell you later. I'm really not prepared to like share this with you guys to see how you guys take it. I mean, if you take it positively, totally okay with that, be glad or be happy. But if you don't like it, you could always be like, "Ah, I don't think so. I'm not comfortable with that." And that's okay too. Yeah, leave me alone. Go play with some. Go play with something. Go watch some cartoons. Let me see. I'm just finishing, guys, and we get ready to the story. So, ready 10 minutes, so I'm starting. I'm gonna start. I need you to pay attention. Yep. I mean, I don't know. I am not, what is it called? A psychic. But I know this for sure. It's a boy. But if it's not a boy, God, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing to me? But if you're a boy, dude, leave me alone. I don't see. I decided I want to be good on this channel. I want to keep my mouth holy, and I want to keep my heart okay. So I'm not gonna start. Look, don't make me. Don't force me. Okay, let's get started. Let me find the tune for today's story time. We need a good sound, don't we? Let me see. Let me go to where ours. Go to find music, and then I put music for us, and then we can get started. See, people keep coming for my look. I'm sure your baby mamas and your mamas and any woman you have in your life has something on their head that doesn't belong to them. Now, stay out of my business. And after that, I'm actually going to do my hair tomorrow, and I think you guys are going to love my hair. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, she has good hair. And she has, story time. Story time. After here, I want to go do some workout. I don't know if I should be doing some workout with you guys. What do you guys think about it? I just don't want to collide this channel with so many things more about my life. So I just want to leave it to like stretching, flexibility, and then story time where you connect with me and we get to talk, share stories, share memories, and things like that. So I'll just stick to that. And then when I start another channel, maybe I can mix that with the late night workouts that I do at home to keep my body looking amazing without like going to the gym crazy when I don't have enough time to go. But when you have time, force yourself. Summer is just around the corner, so keep exercising with me too. Those 1 hour stretches on Sundays are no jokes. They're going to keep you in shape, also get you flexible so you can hit those splits on the beach and be the badass baby. Let me see. Okay, I found the song. It's my favorite. I found it. It's a new one. Oh no, no. I don't want your trouble. I do a backflip. You want me to break my neck? And I kind of have that. People say that, but I don't know. I'll just play the one we always. I know I already started late. Really? Okay. You're ready? Ready? I need to stop clapping. So when I'm clapping a lot, just be like, stop clapping, Sheree. All right. Once upon a time, let me close up here so we adjust a lot. Once upon a time, in a far, far away place where I come from, was a church and some ministers that were real ministers. So when I say ministers, I mean people who help in church. They can be ushering, they can be musicians, leading worship and also worship team, leading worship and praise. They can be evangelists. They can be so those are ministers in church. So when I say this dude, this gentleman was a minister. That is what I mean. So he was an evangelist. He was not in the worship team though. He was an evangelist and he loved his church. He preached the gospel all the time. He never missed any day of preaching the gospel. So he always went with the evangelist team. He was actually, I think, one of the leaders for evangelist. But this dude had a problem. And this is the thing. Before he actually got saved, he already had this problem. He loved women and he loved he loved cat. I'll call it cat because maybe then I won't be censored. Okay, so he loved cats so much. So even when he wasn't saved yet, he loved women. He loved taking women out, bringing them over home, and then having the jiggy jiggy jiggly kind of thing. So he could romance women, different kinds of women. So that was his weakness. He was an evangelist. He preached. He told people about Jesus. He loved people. He cared for people. In church, he was one of the most reliable ministers. Each time the pastor needed someone to be around, he was around. He was taking care of the business. He could help even in worship team. He could do lots of things. And this was a big church, okay, but he was mainly in evangelism. But this is the thing, each time he preached the gospel to a girl and brought them over and they joined evangelism, he could actually start quoting them, if that makes sense to you. He could start like vibing them, if that's what you understand. So he could start vibing them, talk them into bed, and bring them over to his house. And then he does the jiggly with these girls. So he could make love with these girls all the time, all the time. That was his behavior. When he prayed, he never prayed for that to go away. When he told people about salvation and their weaknesses, he didn't realize what his weakness was. I mean, he knew because this is the thing, and if you're a minister, even if you're not a minister, you won't. Like, you keep having dreams when you sleep a lot with different genders, even if when you just like sleep with people, you're not even saved, but you sleep with so many people. You still have this conscious of like, oh my God, I sleep with so many people. I have sex with so many people. So you know your weakness, even if you're not saved. You can tell what your weakness. Some people's weaknesses are in drinking, alcohol. Others are in like mouth, like they can't control their mouth from cursing. They curse from morning to night. Others, everyone has a weakness, and we'll talk about that at the end of the story. But that was his weakness. He loved women. Every skirt that could go by, even if you dress a goat a goat in a dress, and he sees the goat in a dress, he would think it's a woman. He would just like flip the dress to confirm it's a goat. But everything that's dressed as skirt and a dress, he wanted to sniff. He wanted to open and he wanted to do things with it. That was his weakness. He prayed for people, he preached the gospel, people got saved, they came to church. So he had like these people who knew him, but they didn't know that he was doing this. The pastors didn't know what his weakness was. And there are people who are good at hiding their weaknesses. There are people who do things in families and their parents don't know, their friends don't know, even their best friends don't know their behaviors that are hidden. And mostly when you set the behaviors that you hide from the people who know you, you don't want them to find out. You're like, oh no, if they find out, they would judge me. So he was good at hiding. Brother John was so good at hiding this behavior, but he could like sleep with girls outside church, sleep with this one, and he didn't have any intention of marrying these girls. Each girl he just slept with, he didn't feel like, okay, you know what, let me actually settle myself and marry one of the girls that I've been like dating and going out with crazy. He never thought of that. He enjoyed. He didn't want to eat from one plate. He wanted to taste different kinds of food and sauce. So, and most people do that. Most people do that out there. If you're kind of person who tastes a lot of things and you don't have a limit on what you taste, child, this is time for you to listen carefully. Because for him, he was saved. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, but let's just finish the story first. So he continued doing it. He started having dreams. He started having dreams when God is warning him. He's like, you know what? You're sleeping with a lot of women. You need to stop. Stop using women. Stop using people's children. You're a servant of God. You preach the gospel. Stop sleeping with women. So he had constant dreams. He completely ignored the dreams and he continued his behavior. He continued sleeping with women. God spoke. He ignored him. God warned him. He ignored him. He could get dreams when, like, the pastor. So sometimes God does not come in a dream and says, I am God, stop doing this and this. But he comes through pastors, he comes through parents. So if like you dream when a parent is warning you of something, or you dream of like your pastor, to people who are saved and have pastors, your pastor comes in the dream and says, you need to stop doing this. And you know you do it because when you wake up, you're like, okay, so you know it's a warning, right? So for him, he knew it was a warning because he could get dreams of his pastor telling him, you need to stop doing this. But that was God. And sometimes God speaks in so many different people. If like you don't listen through dreams, he will send someone over to you. But to him, they kept continuing. Dreams kept coming to him. Warnings kept coming from the pastor in the dream, not in real life. Remember, in real life, the pastor didn't know that this dude uses girls from his church. He didn't know that. Even the people he used to preach with didn't know that. Even the friends. They thought of him as a holy person, a holy man. If you even say that to them, they would call you a bad person. You're trying to ruin his reputation, you're trying to ruin his name. But that's who he was, and that was his weakness. And everyone on earth has a weakness. So you might be like, oh my God, why is he like that? But trust me, everybody has a weakness. You might not know what your weakness is, but it's something you cannot control doing, like something that has power over you. But everything we're doing, you have to be in control of it. God has to be in control of it. But if you cannot control something and it controls your life, that is what your weakness is. So we'll get back to that. So he got a dream one time, and I'm going to speak about specific dreams he got. He got so many warnings for good years. Just know he had slept with so many women for years, like that. So one time he gets a dream, and his pastor told him, John, you have slept with so many women. Do you want to marry one woman in all the women you've slept with? Is there a woman that you look and be like, okay, this is my wife and I want to say to? See, he was even given a choice in a dream. Some people are not given choices, but he said in the dream, he didn't say anything. He told the pastor, Pastor, I'll let you know when the time comes, but I am still having fun. So that was the dream. The dream showed he was not being reasonable. He was just using the girls and he wasn't. And this is the thing, when we do this, we don't know that we are using people. We think we are having fun. But these girls, like some of them open up and they're like, maybe he will marry me after he uses me. But then after he drops them, that's what he used to do. So when he woke up from the dream, he told himself, I think this is a warning. He was a minister, so he knew what a warning is from God. So he said, this is a warning from God. I think I need to slow down a bit, but he didn't. He thought of doing that, but he didn't. See, that is a weakness that you cannot fight yourself. So he didn't pray about it. He didn't pray. So he continued. He saw other girls in church and slept with more, with more. He got another dream. And in that dream, the dream said, Brother John, if you do not stop sleeping with these women, I am going to kill you. In the dream, the pastor brings him over in his office and he says, Brother John, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, I am going to kill you. And he woke up from the dream. Of course, as a minister, he was scared. Because when you dream what a pastor is saying is going to kill you if you don't stop what you're doing. So when he had that dream, he was scared. He backed off for a week. He backed off. He says he backed off for 1 week and he said, you know what? I don't want to sleep with any woman. I don't want to die. But this is what he says. In that week, that period of him not sleeping with any woman, he felt renewed a bit. Like there was a little change that was coming. The thirst started to calm down a bit. See, the more you do something, the more you're thirsty to do more. So that is how he felt. That's why he couldn't control it. But because a week passed and he knew he could overcome it, but he wanted to. So other girls came in charge. Other people that were preached the gospel to, they came in charge. And every girl looks different. This is the thing. People look different. Someone might have a big butt but flat in front. Someone might have big fronts but the back is flat. And then someone can have both. And then someone can. You're not going to love everything because it's unending. Some people are brown, some people are black. So you're going to want to taste everything. You're not going to finish it. What you're going to do is that you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt other people. So that is what the warning from God was. He was hurting these girls, he was using them, yet he was a minister. They were looking up to him, but he was doing what he was not supposed to do. So, because some time went by, he said to himself, maybe God has seen my heart, I can still do it, and he won't be angry. He sees I tried. So he continued sleeping and sleeping with girls, and God became silent for a while. And this is the thing you should be worried about. If God has been speaking in your life and then he turns silent, you should be worried because the next thing that is going to happen is something that you might not like. I don't know, maybe, but you just have to search for his voice at least forever. So, Brother John did not receive the dreams anymore. There were no warnings in his dreams. He didn't see the pastor. No person came to him and said, Brother John, stop doing what you're doing. Nothing. So he said to himself, okay, I think I bait that. I think God saw my heart and he knows it's my weakness. I can't fight it. Time passed by. Time went by. Weeks went by and there is no warning from God. Month went by. There is no warning. Nothing. Like no dream of criticizing or stopping him or warning him of doing what he's doing. And one day he gets a woman in church. He brings this woman over. No, actually, this woman wasn't from church. The woman was an outside woman. When I say outside, I mean like outside. So, faith. Yeah. So she was not born again. So she found a woman out there, and then he lasted, and then he brought a woman over to his house, and they were sitting and enjoying themselves, having joys, watching TV, and he's speaking to this woman. They're having a good time. And he was a handsome man. Brother John was so handsome. He was dark and tall and masculine. So, so you can see that he didn't have a problem with any woman. Like you would be like, why are women continuing, opening their legs? Yeah, women do that anyway. So, not all of them though. So, Brother John is in the room with this woman. They're having a conversation, they're having fun, they are talking. As time went by, they finished what they were doing and they started romancing. You know what people do in the bedroom? They started like kissing, making love, and all that. And it's getting spicy and spicy and spicy and spicy. And an angel of God with a sword. And let me tell you, people who already see the angel with a sword are the people who are disobedient. Because God does not send the angel of death to you if you're not disobedient. And the thing is, he warns you constantly and you refuse to listen. And then he sends the angel of death to you. The moment an angel is sent to you, this is a spiritual world. The spiritual world is always like blocked to our world. So the moment like it's open and you see it, that means you're so disobedient, like you don't listen ever. So that has happened to so many people in the Bible. If you look at David, when the angel of God drew a sword and was going to kill the people, and he fell down and started begging the angel of God because of disobedience. And then the other person, Balaam, when he wanted to curse the clan of Israel, and God told him, do not curse my people. But because he was paid by the king, Balaki, so he wanted the prize. He went to cast the clan that was refused to be cast. When he went, God warned him, he refused to listen, and God sent an angel who had drawn a sword. And Balaam hadn't seen the angel with the sword. The donkey that Balaam was riding saw the sword in the angel's hand, and it refused to go. And Balaam kept saying, keep going. What is wrong with you? Why are you not going? The donkey refused to go. So the donkey went another direction, and it actually hit Balaam's feet on, I think it was a wall. So it crushed his feet because the donkey saw an angel, but Balaam didn't see the angel. So Balaam struck the donkey, I think 3 times, and the donkey spoke and said, Balaam, why are you striking me? Are you not seeing the angel of God? I've been your donkey for a while. Have I ever refused to do something for you? And then God opened Balaam's eyes, and he sees an angel with a sword. So that is when you know that, mate, it is bad for you, because the moment the angel comes to you with a sword, it is bad. It is bad. Like there is death, actually. By the time the angel is sent, there is death. That is like the last warning. And actually, sometimes not even a warning, but it's taking life. So it depends on how much you repent or something like that. So, anyway, Brother John sees an angel of God with a sword in his right hand. And the angel of death is not smiling. When he comes, he's not a joke. He's so scary. So when he sees him, he draws back from the lady. The lady is not seeing the angel. So the lady is like, what is wrong? What happened? What happened? What happened? Were you scared? So he's so scared. He's fallen off, and you could see fear in his eyes. He's scared. He's looking at something supernatural, and it's not here to play. It's actually here to take life. And he knows because he's saved. And he had received so many warnings, but he didn't listen. So he started crying and crying and crying and crying and crying and says, God, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to use any girl again. I'm not going to sleep with any woman again. Unless if you give me a wife, I'm not doing this again. So he cried. But this is the thing. I think they were supposed to be sacrificed because the angel of God had come for both their lives. And this is the thing, not even both their lives. The angel of God came for Brother John. But it happened to be that the sister is in the wrong place. So the angel of God actually like pierced or like drew a sword in the girl when John is watching. And the girl fell down and died instantly, and blood coming out of her. And it's the angel of God who did it, and he's watching. And the angel of God tells John, if you do this even one time, I'm coming for you. This was your last warning. John falls down on his feet like a dead man. He's crying. He's shaking. He has a dead body in his house. And after the warning and after what had happened, the angel of God left. And he was remained with the dead body in the room. And he doesn't know where to start from. He's crying because he's scared for what he just saw. No one is there to help him because no one knows his story, right? They think he's somewhere preaching the gospel, but he was with someone. So he started crying and crying and crying and thinking of solutions, but there was no solution. He had to actually go to the police and bring the police over home. But just ask yourself, what are you going to tell the police? That the angel of God came and like drew a sword? Who's going to believe you? They're going to take you as the murderer, right? Because you have a dead woman in your room. You have a dead woman in your room. So the thing is, he didn't have a knife that had blood on it. Himself, he didn't have blood on him. So when he ran crazy and he went to the police. He called his bishop, the pastor. He said, Pastor, please, I'm at the police right now. Please come over, come over. Because he was a good minister, the pastor and some ministers went to the police station and he started talking and telling them the story. He told them, I've been a fornicator, I've been sleeping with so many women. God has warned me so many times, I've not listened. Today was my death day. I was supposed to die today, but she died instead of me. The wrath of God, this is the thing. When the wrath of God comes, if it doesn't strike you, it's going to strike something that you eat. It could actually strike your mom or your dad or like anything close to you just to show you by example. So you can be actually the reason that life is taken because of being disobedient. And so Brother John was supposed to be taken, but because the wrath of God had come, it had to go somewhere. So that's God. And the problem is she wasn't even saved. Because if maybe she was saved, maybe she would have seen in the spirit too and begged and started crying. Maybe she should have seen him crying and begging for mercy. She didn't know anything. She was just a normal girl. And the wrath of God just went somewhere. We've seen the wrath of God happening to so many people because of the disobedience of the ministers of God. So John explained everything that happened to the police and to the pastor. The pastor fully understood because he used to have dreams about Brother John, but he didn't bring them up to Brother John. And that is another weakness. Even if you're at home and you have dreams about your family members, about friends, about people in church, tell them. You know, dreams are prophecies. If you don't know that, most dreams are prophecies. Like, I don't even know. Let me finish the story and then we'll go into that a little bit. So, the pastor tries to explain to the police and he's like, you know what? Does he have blood? No. The girl seems like freshly murdered. They're like, yeah. And the sword that could have gone through the girl did not look normal to the police too. It's not a knife. And this dude does not have any sword. The sword that went through the girl was so sharp. Like it was the sharpest, longest thing they've ever seen. They're like, no one has a knife like this. So they kind of make sense, but they have to actually have a case on this dude because, okay, what are they going to tell the family of this girl? So, Brother John was sent to jail for some good years. But the thing is, everyone knew it wasn't him because he wasn't a murderer. He didn't have any blood on him. So it was like evidence to everyone that whatever happened was kind of spiritual. But they still had to blame it on someone. So, anyway, it was his fault. Anyway. For me, when I think about it, it was his fault. Because if he stopped sleeping around with these girls and he took the warning seriously, he wouldn't have had someone. So he spent years in jail, but after he came back, he kept telling this story to people. He stopped sleeping with women for fun, not even sleeping with any women with intention. He had to find one true woman and settle down with that woman and stop fornicating. So that was story time for today. But this is the thing I always tell people: dreams are prophecies. Like when you have a dream, do you ever happen to have a dream and then it happens in existence and you're like, oh my God, I had a dream about this? Dreams are prophecies. So just don't take them for granted. When you have a dream about, for example, you have your mom is suffering something and then you dream when they have died, pray about it. It's not a joke. Or even if they don't have anything wrong and you dream about something wrong with someone, pray for them. Even if a thought comes to you and you've not thought about this person in a long time, and you think about them and be like, I don't know why I thought about Sharon. Just bring them in your prayers because there is a reason why. And to me, I think I have a little bit of prophecy in me. I think just because from being little, but every time someone comes in my thought, I actually have to pray for them because I didn't know, but now I know. But before, there is a certain dude that used to visit us when we were little at home. She was my mom's friend and they came from the same clan. So he used to visit all the time. And time has passed since we saw those people. I have grown. I'm somewhere so far away, and this dude comes in my mind. And I'm like, why am I seeing this dude? Like I'm seeing like his face and I'm thinking about him. I'm like, why am I thinking about mom's friend? I don't even tell my mom, okay? I don't tell my mom anything. I'm like, it's weird that I actually think about him. But I didn't pray for him. I'll be truthful here. I didn't pray for this person. I I didn't pray for them, and I always regret that because now I know the why. Because I have kind of prophecy on me, like a prophecy kind of gift on me. But before I didn't know that, and I hate prophecies. I used to hate like when people come because people came with the prophecy of my dad dying. And we had it every single day. We had a new person coming to tell us in our home that our dad was dying before he even got sick. So that made me hate prophecy and it made me hate people who dream. But not knowing that I kind of have that on me. And because from my childhood, I told you guys, like I've had this gift of like when I pray for someone, something happens to them immediately, as long as they believe in it. So people used to believe in it because I was a child. Could be like, come and pray for us, please pray for me this, and I'll pray for it, they'll receive it like that evening or tomorrow. So all that week. It could like happen instantly. So I had that gift when I was little and I grew up, I didn't pay attention to it. But this is why I'm showing you this. This is what happens. I think about this person and I don't pray for them. I'm like, I don't know how they're doing. I don't know how they are. And he keeps bothering me in my mind, right? This is a person we are not friends. He was way older than me. I was little. He only said hi, and I could just say hi, and he left. Okay, but he's in my thoughts. He's in my thoughts. I'm like, God, why am I thinking about this man? And just a few days after me thinking and not acting, I think it was after weeks. It passed like at least 3 or 4 weeks to a month, like there. I don't know. It's still like that time period. And I hear my voicemail from my mom, and my mom is like, Sherry, this person that used to come at home when you guys were little, and he could like pray with us, he could preach the gospel, he was like this evangelist. And I was like, yeah, mom, I remember him. You know what? I've been thinking about him past days. I don't even know why. My mom tells me he died today. And I'm like, he did what? Yeah, he just got sick. He didn't even like, he felt malaria. But people get malaria in Africa all the time and they're treated. But he got quick malaria. He shaked a little bit. They took him to the village to see a doctor. Can you imagine? They removed him from town to take him to the village to see a doctor. And he died. He did. I regretted it. At this until now, when God brings someone in my mind, I have to kind of pray for them, even in my dreams. That's when I realized that I kind of have that on me because not only him, that hurt me and broke me so bad. So I'm just like telling you guys, for you out there, when you dream, you might not know that you have a prophecy gift on your life, but this is how you know. When you dream things and they come to pass, when you think about things and they come to pass, those are kind of signs of what is going to come, and like God has put it in your like responsibility to actually take that step and pray for that. And you're not going to see everything. Of course, not everything and not everyone, but specific kind of people are going to be coming in your life. Sometimes even in your thoughts. For me, I didn't dream about this dude. I just thought about him. And his face kept reappearing like days and thoughts. I'm like, I told my sister after they told me, I was like, wait, you know what? I've been thinking about this dude for days. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? When I think about people, they die. For me, that's what I thought because I never prayed for them. That is the reason that happened. Even before, like, not him, but like, I was home, I was coming from school. And when I was coming from school, when the road that takes us up, I see someone who looks like my aunt. I don't know if when I was telling my mom's story, I told this part, you guys. And when I saw someone who looks like her picture came to my face. I told my best friend by that time that I was walking with, I was like, I've seen someone who looks like my aunt. I even say the name, Aunt Eva. And she said, no, Sherry, you didn't see anything. I was like, I really saw someone that looks like her. And she's in the village. I don't even know what's up with her. I reach home and they tell me, but for that was a vision. That was a vision. I reached home and she was like dead. So I was already informed before that happened. In my dad's case too, though they were dreams, but the day he died at night, I was informed before the news were broken out to us. So that is how I actually knew. And I was like, okay, so if God brings someone in my thoughts, even if I've not heard from them, and this is the other thing too, I think about this woman who left us after our dad died. She was serving with us in church. And like she had left for years and she hadn't showed up. And a few days back, I think about her. And I didn't pray to, but nothing happens to her. It's not me. Nothing happens to her. I think about her and I'm like, why am I thinking about Aunt Kathy? Like, why am I thinking about this lady right now? And I was like, God, I pray. I did. I was like, God, I pray that she's doing fine. And I didn't think about it because I was still a little bit frustrated with them, like departing in the times we needed them the most. But anyway, my mom tells me yesterday, I mean on Sunday, she tells me, do you know Aunt Kathy? I was like, yeah. I was thinking about her. It's like she came to church today and she said she wants to like pray with us for a while, and like I was like, okay, so that was also a warning before a vision that this person is actually coming back. So sometimes you don't understand what they mean. Sometimes they're going to be warnings. Sometimes they're just going to be preparations where you have to be prepared. Sometimes they're just going to be things like that. But if you have that on you, use it to pray for people. You can have dreams of wars happening like in your country and they haven't come. But because you have had a dream before everyone else have seen it, pray about it. Just give it to the creator who's stronger than you. And then you will see a difference. All I'm saying is that pay attention to the talents you have in your life and dreams. So today's story was mostly about warnings, but mostly through dreams. When there are warnings and there are no steps taken after the warnings, these things actually manifest. So this dude was warned in the dreams, but because he didn't listen, God had to send someone, and someone lost their lives because of him not listening. So if you're that kind of person, like the doctors have been telling you, stay away from alcohol, stay away from alcohol, stay away from alcohol, and you don't listen, the next thing you know, you're damaged. You're going to go to the hospital and going to be like, you know what, your liver has failing because a lot of alcohol consumption. But you've had dreams, maybe, like when sometimes you even dream like when you're so drunk or you're sick, you're throwing up because of drinking. So there are signs that come to you that are trying to protect you. Most people call it like my subconscious. That's what most people call it, my subconscious. I had it in my subconscious, and I don't have to go to that place, like when you're going to a journey or you're boarding a plane, and then your subconscious tells you, please don't go there. Or you have a dream before that, the plane is going to explode or something is going to happen. Take the thing seriously. You might not pay attention. Okay, so differentiate fear with warnings. Sometimes you might be scared of heights. So because of that fear, you can actually have a dream when you're like in a plane crash, but it doesn't actually mean anything. But there are those straight warnings that come continuously. Those you have to be careful about. I've heard so many testimonies of people who have dreams. Someone says, I had a dream that I was in an accident and I had a trip tomorrow. So I canceled because I didn't feel okay in my subconscious to go. And it happens that when the car goes that they were supposed to board, they get an accident and they see it on news. This car number plate, this and this, they fell into a horrible accident. Nobody survived. But just imagine if you didn't listen and you actually forced yourself and went, you'd be dead. You see? So all I'm saying is that pay attention, pay attention to dreams, pay attention to warnings. When you don't feel it in your subconscious, I don't feel okay with this man. Even if they are so rich, please don't get married to them. It's a warning that you're not going to be happy with them, or something awful might actually happen to you. And even if it's a woman, even to women who actually sleep with so many men, you just enjoy having sex. Be careful because you might be having the same warnings. You're like, stop doing this. You're hurting some men. Maybe you're just like taking money from these men. And then you get warnings, stop scamming money from these men. And I'm going to bring for you guys another story of a girl who scammed money from this Sudanese man, and she was actually turning into a snake. This is real life too. It was on the news everywhere. So don't miss out on story time. You have to subscribe, you have to like, you have to comment, you have to like do all the things. And stay tuned to listen to more stories. But all I'm saying is that warnings. Pay attention to warnings, pay attention to dreams. Most times God speaks with us in dreams. You might be like, God never speaks to me, but He really does speak to you in dreams. There is a scripture that says in the Bible that in deep slumber, when men are in deep sleep, God opens their ears and He speaks to them. Those are dreams. He speaks to you in your dreams. He warns you of things to come. He warns you maybe like of a marriage that is not supposed to work, that you're really forcing to work, but you actually have to let go. Maybe He's preparing you for the death. For example, for us who are being prepared, it wasn't a warning, it was a preparation because we acted. They brought it, we acted, we fasted, we prayed, we believed. but there was no change. It was a preparation, it wasn't a warning. So things like that may come in different ways. You just have to know which one is which. But a warning is going to be straight. You will know what you're doing that is actually causing danger. So when you actually getting a warning, you will know that it's a warning. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to your dreams. Respect your subconscious, or what they call my instinct. Yeah, most people actually call it an instinct. Like, my instinct doesn't feel good. I was going to her party, but my instinct told me not to go, so I don't feel okay to go. Yeah, things like that. I was going to abort a child, but deep down my instinct wasn't good. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Respect your instinct. Respect God's wisdom, or like a warning from God. Respect dreams when they come to you. Don't just like be like, it was just a dream. It was just a dream. Don't do that. And to people who have prophecies on them, like prophecy kind of gifts, you won't. Like, you're always told mostly of things to come, even wars, even starvations, even famines, even like things like that. You dream about them. Maybe you don't even belong to a country that has ever experienced famine. So ask yourself, why am I getting a dream about famine? I've never been in a famine before. It's a warning. You have to pray and protect and help people who are not like under that gift, because everyone is gifted differently in the world. Everyone has a different gift that was gifted to them. Lauren says intuition. Yeah, the intuition. People have so many ways of how they call these things. But anyway, just listen to it. Pay attention to details. And how do you know that sometimes warnings are true? Is, well, like when you have a dream about it, you ignore it, then you wake up and there's signs. Warnings have signs that come with them. Like a marriage that is going to work, you dream about maybe your husband having an affair, they're cheating, and like you don't trust that. You're like, oh. And then someone who wasn't sleeping outside starts sleeping outside for, like, they come in late. They come back at 1 a.m. in the morning. And they used to come back at 9. They used to come back at 8. But now they're coming back in the morning. Where were they? Where did they sleep? Who were they with? Those kind of warnings. They are calling you to pray. And then maybe other warnings of like, God is refusing you to go somewhere because you're going to endanger your life. And you don't listen to the dream that was given to you. In the morning, you lose things. You're like, where is my phone? I can't find my phone to call this number. Or you lose the number that you were supposed to call to go to. You look for the number, it's nowhere to be seen. Those are signs. So warnings are always followed up by signs, just to prove to you that it is true. And you have to actually listen. And what happens when you don't listen and you force it? Danger. Danger happens. And you don't want danger to happen. You don't want danger to happen. You don't want to see an angel drawing a sword and you be like, oh, please, I'm sorry. Sometimes it will be too late to say sorry. Sometimes it's too late to get out of a situation that you were warned about so many times. We have a saying back at home in Africa. It says, someone who's told does not lose it all. Someone who's been told before does not lose it all. And what does that mean? It's because if you are warned not to take that route and you kind of take it and you start hearing noises that are not right in that road, you can run because of the warning that you got before. But someone who's never been told, they will just continue the road, and then that will be the road that leads them to their destruction. So what did you guys think about today's story? Let me know what you thought about today's story. Let me know what you learned about it. I wish I can put a question up and be like, what did you learn about today's story time? But I'm just staying for an hour. The next story time that is coming on, it could actually come tomorrow, Wednesday. I could actually do Wednesday. Let me see. I can do tomorrow. Tomorrow's story time. Let me see if I can actually edit that for you guys. Story time is gonna be about I wanted to tell you about the dude that called for poverty or sorrow. It's more about mockery. It teaches about mockery and maybe what you call to yourself. Because sometimes we call things to ourselves without realizing that these are things we call to ourselves. So for him, it was physical because he called it out in the physical and he manifested it. So I kind of want to tell that story so that on Friday, I can tell you the story of the girl who was a scammer, who used to scam money out of dudes. But this time, he made his match. I mean, she made his match. How much? What am I saying? Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know English that well. I don't come from an English based country, so you have to bear with me and just listen the way you can listen. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everyone that has tuned in today, has stayed, has commented. Let me see if I missed something, okay? If you have any questions, it's time to hit them because I'm going to be leaving in just 5 minutes. Thank you. Yes, I've been consistent. What do you mean with that though? Is that an insult or a comment? I don't understand. Let me see if I have any comments, any questions. You guys are so lucky. You get to chill with me and story time. You could ask me questions. You could you could get to ask me questions. You could like just chill with me. Have a good time. Isn't that good that I come and spend time with you mates? And then I stretch with you too. By the way, membership has started. I'm posting videos for members. We have at least 3 or 4 videos up for members. So if you want to have like stretching with no ads, we're not interrupted. We actually really stretch and release tension there. And I'm planning to actually be doing 2 lives for members, whereby I do some during weekdays and then on Saturday. Saturday is permanent. It's membership. We do a live stretch for at least 30 minutes. And I'll be lengthening the time according to the people that come in and vote and ask for what we work on specifically. So we're going to be working on that. How? You pray like that? Hmm. Yeah, I get some baggy pants. I love them though. They are so comfy. They're so comfy. You can get to dance in them and oh mate. I love them. I was out too, so I need something like real quick. Show you like quick check. It's like nice and dirty. Hey. I know. That's just showing the outfit though. Became cute so quick. Tell me what you guys love about this channel. I'm actually very curious what you guys love about this channel, what you guys learn from this channel. Do you guys love story time with me? I'm just gonna go up and see if I missed on anything. If I missed on any questions, oof, I'm gonna stretch after this because I haven't stretched out either. And I'm also planning to work out. Do a little workout before bed. I'm gonna be busy though. I'm gonna be so busy. Yep. And I'm bringing more. And you know what? With membership, I can still train exercises. So you get to choose what you want me to work on. So you can let me know and be like, you know what? Let's train booty today. And then we can do that. Those are the benefits of lives. Thank you. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me see the thumbs up coming up. And when I leave, you can leave still comments. You can go and stretch with me my recent stretches. Or you can choose any, or you can choose the playlist of story time. I don't like how this turns out to be after some time. The playlist story time, and then, oof, sorry, and then you can like, what is it called? You can check out the rest of the stories. I could check them out for you guys. How many story times have we posted so far? Storytime has so many. What is this? Okay. 17. Okay, we started with Storytime episode 1, and I was telling you guys a story about the witchcraft that killed children. So you can go back in those story times and then like choose a story that feels interesting. Witchcraft that killed children. There is the second one. They stabbed the butler in Rome until he died. What happened to the butler? There is another episode. She planned to leave him, but God gave her a warning. That's another story time, you guys. There is 4, living without a father who saw alive and God sold as a living sacrifice. That is my mom's story. Now, the other episodes down were my mom's stories. There is another one. The doctors were going to kill me. My dad announced death on his wedding. See that? The story of a boy called Sarah. And I haven't finished the boy called Sarah story. We already have like 2 episodes of Sarah's story, and I'm gonna finish Sarah's story pretty soon. Still working on that. His mirror reflection, who he wasn't, and his poor mom. Ooh, that's another story time. There is another story time that's called The Dream Could Have Saved Her, but she ignored it. See, this is another story time that actually talks about the dreams, and why you shouldn't ignore them. So you could actually check out that other one because I just told you a story about this man who was a fornicator that had warnings until the angel of death was actually sent to him. You could relate with this other story time. There is this one, he sacrificed his son for wealth, and this happened. That is another story time. The man who dated a ghost from the club. This a new and beautiful girl denies and insults a builder. That is another one. We were married, but we had the same parents. Incest. This talks about incest. Whew. There is another one, a son, a murderer, and revenge. That's one of my favorite. It teaches me forgiveness. I always like go back to this story, remind myself of forgiveness, to forgive people. It's about a boy whose mother was murdered in his presence, the presence of he and the brother. So they murdered his mom in cold blood, and he was watching, and he promised to revenge. But what happened? Check that out too. Then the pastor who burned his flock was from, I think, a few days back. So story time has been built. Yeah, yeah. We've been moving, mates. We've been moving. Share these stories to your families. Share these stories to your families, your friends. Allow them to group chats, to Instagram, to Facebook. Let people come and listen to these stories. And then Stretch with Me also has so many videos. I'm actually working on like all of them, like putting them together. And I'm gonna start a new series too, like a 10-minute videos every single day, 15-minute series. I'm planning a lot for this channel, so you don't want to miss any. He says, I've been watching. You are the best. I need more consistency. But you know me. Oh, don't worry. Just come back every day and you're going to be consistent. You know the thing with stretching, you don't have to do it for hours. It doesn't have to be rough. It just has to be like 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes. And this is the thing. Put on some music. I'm just there to guide you. Put some music on or put story time. Just put story time, grab your mat, get on the mat, stretch slowly. You can even start with slow. I like chair yoga. I'm gonna make some more chair yoga videos to come for people who don't want to get out of the bed. You can do it from the bed, you can do it from anywhere. So stretch slowly, take your time, breathe through it, allow it to come through. And I'm gonna come and be teaching about some flow state, kind of flow state yogas that we can do to be in that flow state, in that receiving mode. So I'm planning that too, like in the yoga videos where we'll just come and sit and breathe and manifest and go to bed. That will be good too, no? How do you think about that? Hi, Dina. Wait, my name is Dina? Whose name is Dina? I want to know. I'm coming with new hair, you guys. I can't wait. Next week, you guys gonna be seeing me with some new hair or natural. You used to have a beautiful girlfriend like me. What happened? Did you throw them away? What did you do to that poor girl? I love spending time with you guys. It's my favorite part of the day. Even when I'm exhausted, even when I'm tired, I love spending time with you. Milk. This is fermented, actually. That's why it looks weird, right? Milk, milk, milk. Oh, no. Follow me. Wait, you to cook for me? I'm messy. Your girl is messy and clumsy. That's one thing that I have. And it's all over here. All over the floor. If I give you a chair, stretch. See the importance of stretching? Yeah. Ah, dum, 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 dum. Or she didn't want you to go out? What did you do when you were out? Maybe you were doing something out there that she didn't like. What did you do when you were outside? See ya. By the way, if you have a woman who refuses you to go outside, that's a good woman. He's trying to protect you from the carnivores and vampires that are out there. Oh, you didn't? Did you guys not? What is it? The story I just told recently. I don't even know why I didn't see it in story time. The story of who's this? The story of this dude who dated a ghost from the club. You guys remember that story? The dude that dated a ghost from the club. Tell me something that I didn't know. You want to meet my mom? Oh no. My mom is back home in Africa. So like when I go to Africa, and that's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm just worried to talk to you guys about it. So I'm planning to go back to Africa and see my mom. So I will actually bring her in story time. And she will say hi to you guys. You get to meet her. I'm good. How you doing? How's life taking you? Let me go work out. Why don't I broadcast every day? I can't. I'm a busy fella. Have a lot of things I do, you guys. I have to edit YouTube videos. That means I am not going to sleep at all. If I am going to be showing up every single day, that calls for no sleep. That calls for being sick. So yeah, I can't do every day, mates. I'd love to, but I can't. You guys get to see me so exhausted. Like every single day, I have to be exhausted out of my mind. Could I cook? I cook. I cook. Know how to cook. Your mom says she's going to try to get you a Jamaican wife. Well, that should be a choice, no. You guys will still live in the ages where our moms actually choose mates for us. I'm telling you right now. No jokes. He's on the first person I've actually had that from. Unless if it's a joke. How many people have you been with? How many people have you been with, mate? You're going to try everyone else in the world? I guessed up. I don't have any guests to bring on my show. Unless if, I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have any, so I don't think of any to come up. So, let me see. I was just finishing some editing here, and it's done. All right, mates. That's it for tonight. Leave a thumbs up. My phone is gonna get off. It's on one. So if I get off without saying bye, but let me say bye to you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for another wonderful story time. And I'm gonna be posting your videos too. So we're going to stretch, get fit. Summer is just like a week away. That's what I want to think about. That's how I would like best to think about it because that's when we prepare. So make sure you jump on your mat every day to work out, stretch with me. I'm gonna make some more actually exercising videos, but in yoga form where like you actually get the best of a workout, but at the same time you just like kind of relaxing but not relaxing really. So I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Good night. God bless you. God protect you. I love you.